Okay, maybe I should have waited till after quarantine to have done this video or started this channel, because I've still got a bit of purple in my hair. And yeah, it's been a while, but finally I can start something that I have a passion for. And being a photographer in the football scene, I've been sort of open to a lot of ideas for this sort of stuff, where it's coming from the culture side of things or just a passionate project that I have where I collect jerseys. Now, it hasn't been approved by my wife, but yeah, I have been buying way too many jerseys over the past 2 years, and I thought, why not start this channel where I can talk about the kits that I have, but also take you behind the scenes on my photo jobs or even game day training sessions with Melbourne City or wherever I go in the future. Today was just going to be a quick video of some of my favorite kits that I've got in front of me and behind me. I do have a lot more that I would love to talk about over the next couple of weeks. I do have other kits that I've ordered in the next few days that I have ideas for future videos. But yeah, if you have any ideas, please let me know. And of course, I do want to get into depth and into a bit of like kit history. So I do have specific kits that I would love to talk more about in the future. Now, all these kits were either purchased in store in Manchester or in London's classic football shirts, or I've purchased them on Colt, purchased them using the Australian guys, either polyester or even vintage soccer shirts in Perth. There's many ways of purchasing kits, and I think the best way to do it is just having that connection with the kit. And some of these kits that I have in front of me have that a bit of history and how I found them, so I can't wait to show you what I have and yeah, show you the collection that I've put together so far. Now, it's a bit of a controversial one, but I'm starting with the pen and roll kit here, the good old Reebok creation that they had back in the early 90s, and I think it's 98 to 2000 kit, but the detail that Reebok had put into this kit on the sleeves, the side, and even the badge in the little here on the collar, I think it's by far one of the best South American kits that I've seen. There are amazing Replay or Boca kits, and I've got a Colo-Colo kit here in my collection, but by far the best kit. And I know a lot of you Nacional fans out there that in Uruguay are not going to be happy with me starting off with this beautiful kit, but I look forward to seeing future games with Twuan as coach at the moment. And on my left here is the infamous Cantona Kung Fu kit that United had worn during the 90s. I'm pretty sure it was during 93, 95. As you know, this kit was worn during that match. I'm pretty sure it was at Selhurst, where Cantona had jumped into the crowd, and yeah, the famous Kung Fu kit has originated into my collection now. Now, when I say I got a few kits, I do have a collection sitting right here, and like I said, these have taken me at least a year or so to collect. There are a few new ones that I've purchased online through Nike.com or ProDirect, or even the local guys around here in the shops they run. So these kits have just come to me in a way that I've found an appeal to them. I do not support a lot of these teams, and I know a lot of football fans out there say you have to support a team to have a kit. But for me, being sort of attracted to football and more than just a game, the 11 players or the 22 to be exact, I think football for me has always been about connecting the music to the culture, to the players and the outside life. It's just knowing like what makes football football. And from the 90s to the 2000s and even late 2020s, now we're in the era that we're in, you see magazines such as Soccer Bible or Rabona Mag showing that there's more to the game than just what we see on basically game day. Now, a lot of these kits are something that have stood out to me as just artistic pieces, or just kits that connect to me in a sort of creative way. Some of these kits also made their way into my collection by chance. There is one Lato kit in here that I stumbled across in a market, and I think it's by far my favorite find. PSG has released with Nike, and I think out of all the third kits that Nike released this year, even the one I'm wearing right in front of me, I think this is by far the best PSG kit that they've released in the current sort of years. Inspired by the 89 kit, I'm pretty sure. This is by far the most good looking kit, in the sense that it's got attention to detail, but I just don't know who wouldn't put this in their collection. So if you are looking for a kit, this is by far the best ones. I am looking forward to seeing what PSG is going to do next year, but I just don't see PSG ever doing wrong with a kit. So that is that kit. And I think a lot of United fans will connect a kit to a player, and there's no other player apart from Beck's during the 90s that we look at a kit and think of the moment that Beck's wore it. This is by far the most iconic Beck's kit that I can think of. I just remember seeing him wearing this in a long sleeve running around the pitch. I'm pretty sure it was Old Trafford, but there's a photo that I can put in this video that Beck's is wearing, and yeah, it just stuck with me. It isn't one of those kits that I would wear you know, out on the street, but it is a kit that I wanted in my collection just because of memories. This one, funny enough, was only worn once from memory. I'm pretty sure Ferguson famously changed the kit at halftime because he felt that the players were not being seen or invisible on the pitch, or from what I've read. It is by far one of those kits that Umbro again has made that is iconic for United. Yeah, I just don't see many kits like this anymore, even the material that they used. But the one thing I did love about the Umbro kits that United had produced is the badge, even similar to the one on here in the Cantona kit. It is one of the best things about kits when the badge is actually physical and not printed. And yeah, I think it is one of those kits that has to be in a United fans collection. This kit here we found in the London Classic Football Shirts shop. It was one of the first times I visited the store and I was just hungry to get a kit. I did see this kit, and something about the material, the grey, gave me a sort of throwback to your old pajama feel, and I had to have it. A bit of kit history with this one. They did change their sponsors mid-season. Yeah, and I just think it's one of those kits that I can have in my collection and wear with jeans, or just, yeah, wear on the pitch with mates. But it is a beautiful kit, and I don't think I've seen this material used in the Nike collection, so I'd love to see it. I think there may be a Chelsea kit in a similar grey, but I could be wrong. Being an Inter fan, they do have one of the best sort of kit variety over time. When you think of an Inter kit, you always think of the blue and black, and the two kits that I have right in front of me are two recent home kits, or sorry, anniversary kit, and the one I'm wearing right now. You can never go wrong with Inter. Like PSG, Inter Milan is another club, like AC or any other sort of City A teams out there. The kits they produce in the Italian league, they're just beautiful. They're part of fashion. Again, the badge is something that I love on both of these, and the detail that they've done to the kit. And I think the next couple of years for Inter Milan will be a statement for kits. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they produce. And of course, the mashup kits, out of all the ones that were created, Inter Milan kit is by far the best one. And again, I feel sorry for Man City fans for the kit they got, but yeah, this is the best mashup kit. Now, we all have those little stories where we go to a marketplace, or even just to a Best Buy or Salvos or whatever you call them in your country. But if you are going to look for kits in stores, or just a little bit of a hunting sort of session that you have looking for a kit in a Goodwill store, now, of course, they are there for a Goodwill purpose, so please respect for the kits or anything that you choose. But I found this kit at a market recently in Melbourne. I don't know if the guy knew what he was selling. When I came across this kit, I saw the Lazio badge, I saw Umbro, and I had to do research on my phone. I had noticed that the price he had put up was nothing compared to the price that you can find this online. Now, I do remember Nedved wearing this. I remember watching these sort of videos when I was a kid, and this kit just stood out for me. Now, you can tell the Umbro detail, even with the little writing at the bottom, similar to some of the United kits that they produced. But this kit here, I just can't believe that, yeah, it's a 90s kit, in the sense that, again, Serie A, just a beautiful kit, and it's in great condition. So thank you to the guy who undersold it to me, and what a memory this will be for me. So if you are looking for kits in person, make sure you do your research, just in case any fakes, or of course replicas. But what a beautiful kit this one is. I do always idolize a certain player or team at a certain club. And for me, Ronaldo was always someone that I looked up to. And when he had gone to PSV at a young age, before he had the European dominance that he did, I loved PSV, and something about the club that stood out in the sense on the pitch. This kit here from the 98-99 season, their away kit with Nike. Such an elegant, simple kit, just the black and white stripes with the detail of the red on the collar, the neckline of course, and the arms. But a simple kit is always the best kit to have. Easy to wear, easy to look at, and yeah, you can never go wrong with a PSV kit as well, whether it's home or away. We've got a Dortmund kit here again. I think for me, this one is a much more easier one to wear out on the streets or just out. It is a black kit, and black kits are always the easiest to look at. Dortmund being famous for always standing out in the 90s, and of course now with the bold colors. This Nike kit was during their 95-96 season, and I think they won the Bundesliga wearing this one. But if you look at the detail and like the new Nike kits, the fabric, you can look closer and you see a lot more detail. Of course, they're iconic sponsors as well during the 90s, and again, my love for the badge. It is as simple as that. The detail, again, as I can say, it's just a statement that Nike did in the 90s, and I look forward to seeing what Nike can do for future kits. Another kit that Nike has helped out is with the Hackney Wick kit. Now, when I say helping communities, Hackney Wick, there's a massive story. I don't have time to explain it right now, but do check that out on their socials. This club, the things they've done for their community, as well as the kids coming through the scene in London and England, of course. This jersey features a lot of the local kids' drawings. Something about this kit just connects to the community, and I love what Nike has done with that team. One of those purchases that I had to make when I went on Nike.com, it was only available in Europe, so I got one of my friends up in London to send it over to me. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to buy the home or away kit or any future kits, check it out. What a beautiful club, and I look forward to seeing what they're doing in the future. Another PSV kit, another Nike kit. There's nothing wrong about this kit apart from, being beautiful. And I think when it comes to a kit with collars, if you've got that sort of black and white collar, it's just elegant. Again, the red standing out. This kit was during 96-97 season, and I remember Jaap Stam wearing it. So another kit in my collection that I fondly remember during a kid watching on TV. So a beautiful PSV kit here. Now, when we speak about South American clubs, you can't go further than Colo-Colo, and from memory, this kit here, I think they wore it during a league title, and then they went on to win 3 league titles after this. But a feature club in the Copa, just a beautiful team. And I think when it comes to the South American spirit, with Penarol on the side here and Boca kits, Colo-Colo's logo, if you go on FIFA and you scroll through South American teams, that logo, just iconic. I did find this jersey in the Manchester Classic Football shirt store, and literally 2 seconds, as soon as I saw it on the racks, I had to buy it. So yeah, privileged to have one of these in my collection, and just an elegant long sleeve jersey to have. There's not much else I can say about this one. From a bit of research, I think the Nike sort of regime or sort of takeover of the kit manufacturer at Barcelona was 98. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is one of the first kits Nike have produced. They have made a remake and a replica now. I do hope they bring this sort of elegant, simple design to the Barcelona kits. I'm not a big fan of what the sort of kits are becoming with Barca. Like, I do love the simplicity and the elegance that the Barca kit is. I'm not even going to try and name all the players that are iconic to this shirt, but when I found this online, I had to have it. Again, one of those kits that you can just wear anywhere. Simple, elegant, and yeah, classy. Now, kit collecting is always a bit of a hobby, but also an addiction. I have no sort of connection to Sheffield Wednesday, but this kit, yeah, I had to have it. And again, sorry to all the Sheffield Wednesday fans out there, but I do have a soft spot for the club. Now, getting connected to this jersey, I think it was just a detail that Puma had put into the fabric, but also that classic Sanderson UK sort of sponsorship on a lot of the Premier League or UK clubs out at that time. The logo, again, a simple logo that, you know, you see a lot of clubs trying to rebrand now. It is beautiful to see that, and yeah, just a kit I needed. When I came across this, I found out that it was sent over from Sheffield over to a seller in Japan, and when I got it, I was just glad to finally find one in a good size. 2 more kits, and again, another United kit. There isn't much I can say about this one, but when it comes to a red United kit, there are many that Ronaldo, Rooney, or anyone else wore. But I think it was during the early 90s, I think late 90s or 2000s that, you know, Bex, Veron wore this one, and Umbro United, the Vodafone sponsorship. Again, when I mentioned sponsorships, there's nothing bigger than Vodafone when it comes to a kit. So yeah, elegant design and simplicity at its best. Now, finishing off with the final kit, I do want to say that when you are looking for kits, you always try to find ones that have value in the future. It's almost like making a sort of an investment, and if a kit in price goes up, then you know you've chosen the right kit. But when I came across this one again in the London or Manchester store of classic football, I had to get it. And yeah, now looking online to see how much it's gone up, I am so privileged to have a kit like this in my collection. It is just beauty in every way, and unfortunately it doesn't have that sort of rock solid emblem or logo, but it is one of those kits that I love to wear. I did wear this around the streets in Japan, and yeah, it just stands out. It is a classic Dortmund kit, and I do hope that this kit is something I never get rid of, so I'm going to keep it for a while. But again, if you do find a kit that over time grows in value, you know you found the perfect kit. Well, I know this video may have been longer than expected. It was a daunting process for me to try and get this correct. I think for me, it was just getting the sort of creative aspect of this and getting it out there. As videos go by, I hope to make it a bit more enjoyable, take you on the streets with me. But of course, it is just the beginning for me. I have a lot of kits still in the room that I love to talk about. I'd love to go into detail more. I'm working on ideas, and I think this is just the start for me. I do love doing what I do as a photographer, but having this sort of side project or hustle, as you may call it, just gives me a bit more excitement to do more things in my life. And yeah, so I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone for watching this. If you're watching on YouTube, please give me a little like and a subscribe. And if you're on Instagram TV, just leave me a comment. If you have any ideas, send them through. And again, a quick shout out to everyone that supports my work. And I look forward to seeing what we can do after quarantine, of course, COVID. Please stay safe, and I hope to make another video soon. Thank you so much. Bye.